On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard!
Or a chessboard.
The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. Would you tell me something?
What do you want to know?
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
I wouldn't say so.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
How about we get those chess pieces?
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
Uh-huh.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
Maybe.
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
Exactly.
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
Put 1 and 2 together and you get 4, 3, 5, 10.
I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
Yes.
This is extraordinary.
Highly extraordinary.
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart?
Yep.
This
Yep.
mystery has had a good long run, but it ain't here. And now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
You go, girl.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set. Oh, damn the game! Now hurry!
1, 2, 5, 3, sir. 3.
My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
Well, you're solving a mystery of your people.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything.
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us.
Yeah,
Don
that's what they
Carlos
did.
was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When
No,
Don
but I
Carlos
expect-
returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world.
He probably
He
did.
put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Maybe we can find him?
Ah, Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My pleasure.
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
What a surprise.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Puzzle time! So...
That is not a good idea.
I don't know what's a bad idea.
No way.
I need to move them, so... I guess I have to make some kind of a checkmate here. Now let's see. If this is the king, and that is their king... That's not it. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that would be in the bishop over there, guy. You would think this is it. That now my king is safe. What am I missing here?
No way.
Oh. I guess I did it.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos. Missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
It belongs in your
Sure,
family.
I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
It belongs in a museum. She has become Link. Back in Nico's apartment. And then she died.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Yup.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure.
Yup.
The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
I'm sure that the knight is somehow important to us. Otherwise, the manuscript wouldn't have pointed us to the Vasconcelos.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Was there a chalice in the manuscript? Nope. So what is the chalice for?
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you.
Yeah, good
After
question.
losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger?
Yeah.
She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
And besides, you can make paella without prawns.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
So that saying that you just said is invalid, good lady. You lose. Good day. Now to figure out where the heck we need to go next. And I do know where. Mon façon. Here we come.
First, I'm gonna save after all that.
Don't want to lose all the gameplay that I've already gone through. Mon façon. Oh, great. A street performer. Nothing new to Paris, really. There's always a street performer in Paris. And
There was a
tourists.
small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that?
Because when we go outside for, you know, vacation out into other countries and everything, we don't want to look our best. We just want to look relaxed. And thus we wear the silliest clothes that we could ever find. I know I would do that.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd. The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass.
Well, where would he work if he... Well, he could go for a circus or a carnival.
Hey, you with the balls.
He's got some balls, all right.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques du Molay, was burned on an island in the Seine in 1314.
That's the guard's
Wow.
voice.
You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Everybody does that. You should know that, George.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitique aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
And also, juggler is English for jongleur. You two are just talking about the same profession. You just don't know the translation for it, apparently.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
How was he an idiot?
A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult.
Yeah.
Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
You suck! Boo! Get off the stage!
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
At least we tried. I made a fool out of ourselves, but that's nothing new for Georges. He keeps making a fool of himself all the time. Because he's the idiot. Now let's take a look at these tombs again. Because I'm sure that the Don Carlos is somewhere around here.
Waiting in prayer for the judgment day. Biblical references engraved, I guess. Just think.
Anything new?
I was surprised Philip Lebel.
One of these guys has got to be Don Carlos. Unless he's under the streets.
Carrying all that armor around. I wondered if this guy had died.
Darn it. I was so sure that he would be down here.
The statue had any secret.
Maybe we can use the chalice on him? No. How about the scroll? Nope.
I didn't have time to sit around.
But I do! Because that's how I play these games. I don't stand around playing them. Okay. Still need to find a way to get to the sewers. Because I'm sure that that is where the answer lies to all of our questions. Or at least one. Still drinking that
Hello
wine.
again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
I think that is the only thing that you do around here. Just drink red wine all the time.
What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, he is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So, he is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a police.
You're a cop.
Yeah.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well.
You just don't like your job, don't you?
So you're not going to do anything about this guy?
Nope.
No.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you going to do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check.
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
And spoil his concentration? What kind of a barbarian do you take me for?
The idiot kind. You know, Neanderthal.
Ah, you are a clown.
Yeah, something like that.
Do I look like a clown?
No, although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Whoever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
Huh. Thanks for the idea.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur, I'll be there.
So let's use the red nose while talking to the juggler.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Well, how about you let us juggle again?
Hi again.
Oui?
Look.
Oh, you...
Maybe if I shook your hand?
Hi again.
Oui?
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
Do I have to use the nose with the crowd?
Hi again.
Oui?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Oh, just watch. We're gonna be the king of comedy.
Okay, now for my secret weapon.
A clown nose.
The juggler was speechless with rage.
Oh.
You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls
And left.
and left in a fury. Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear.
Well, we got a rubber
Better
ball.
still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Bye. So you people are just gonna stand here? Really? Okay. Hey, it's your
It was the
vacation.
glass the gendarme had left behind.
Maybe we should take it?
There was no need to take the wine glass.
Darn it. Well, people, you're gonna witness something else today. A man going inside the sewer. Excitement overload. Enjoy the view there, people. No more juggling. Now, sewer. Bye, you weirdo tourists. Hopefully you're gone when we get back. If we get back. Somebody be fishing here? What's with the hook? I'm sure...
The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much.
I'm sure George is not happy to be in the sewers. Again.
What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
I won't then. I was gonna make a stupid joke, but it's not worth it.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
Well, if we start to hear the music, then we know.
There was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end.
Well, it works. We know that.
There were 3 arches, each with an inscription.
What do they say?
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone.
Darn. How about this one?
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence.
What about the last one?
Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe.
So we have to use the hook on the middle one, because that says Templier.
Nothing hollow there.
How about this one then?
Hey, that's hollow. It was time for some brutal destruction.
And we find...
I'd poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this.
Not really, because they would have done the same thing. More delicately, of course.
Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever. Here goes. Hey, cool. The secret door had jammed. I couldn't get through that gap.
Well, that's what we got the hook for. Da-da-da-da. Oh, George. Take the hook and use it on the freaking door. I was a little late on the music there. But you all knew what I was going for anyway. Quite the underground secret place, I have to say. Let's see what we find in here.
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could see a glimmer of natural light.
Why would there be light down here?
In the beginning was the end.
Really?
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
I know those two in the
In
middle.
the end will be a beginning. An end to our enemies heralds our new day. Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them.
So what's going on
A
here?
blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over.
Okay.
The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Is somebody gonna say that your time is tomorrow?
Population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments.
What's your
They
accent
are
supposed to
acting
be?
on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order.
Good band.
Almost.
But you're not the band, are you? I'm sure you're not.
Professor, where is the broken sword?
Name drop!
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
Good question.
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
Yeah, seems
must have
so.
left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the Sword of Baphomet's location.
Sword of
I have a
Baphomet.
small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Igram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lakmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
Well, it's pretty much the same
That's
thing.
not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it.
So a magical
Now,
item made too
we
powerful?
have the opportunity to reforge it.
Groovy.
But time is short. We need results.
You're
not
just-
petty bickering.
You're just fanatics. You're
not
not.
excuses.
You're not the Templar.
Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
You have?
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
You just know that there is something.
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Yup.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
Probably not.
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Klausner?
Where was he?
I know that name.
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
I know that name, Klausner. We heard it last time. I think. Didn't Marquet mention Klausner? Somebody mentioned Klausner. What happens if I go down there? That's why I saved. Gotta find out. Unless they all left. Maybe?
I could hear voices from the lit area.
Just keep going. I just want to find out if this is game over or not. I've already shown every other death scene, so why not this one
This
too?
was it. The conspiracy was revealed. Okay, nobody move. I'm making a citizen's arrest. At last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to pieces.
And gunshot?
You're all going away for a very long time.
And gunshot?
And you can just drop those guns. You're impressing nobody.
Oh, this time we didn't get thrown into the river. We are just buried somewhere. In an unmarked grave. Ooh, okay, let's get out of here. So, sort of Knights Templars still exist, but they just seem like fanatics who are crazy.
Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door. The door mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
Probably an engineer. But yeah, those guys definitely are not like a new order of Templars. They're like fanatics that just want power. They're not the good guys. Apparently, there's nobody else the good guy. Damn, goddamn hiccups. There's nobody else a good guy here than George and Nico. Everybody else is evil. Except for Andre Lobino, he's a good guy. It's just a weirdo. Well, we didn't find Don Carlos down there, but now we know that we need to go to Syria. If we want to find the lens. And I need that lens for, you know, the statue inside the church. So, to Syria we go. No? Guess I need to go talk to Nico first. Rue Jarry. She needs to know what has happened. Nico, baby! Let's go play darts.
It's me again.
Hi, Georges.
Hello, mademoiselle.
Look, about that tripod.
I hope you're still not angry with me.
Oh no, not really. That was some feat. Abseiling through the skylight, I mean.
I haven't done anything like that since I was at school.
You were great. But next time you plan a stunt like that, please warn me. Would you like this juggling ball?
Have you been drinking, Georges?
No, why?
Because you're talking crap.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Apparently we don't need to talk to her about the new order. But I'm sure she would think that we're talking about the band anyway.
The Night Scroll bears through my teaching. That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum. That's the gem that... There's a guy with... Between them is a gem.
We all know this. Already all of this is known to us.
Did I show you this?
Huh?
I have to go.
Okay.
Where do I go next? Where do I go next? We know that we need to go to Syria, but there was no destination there. Maybe if I talk to the fortune teller lady, she'll give me something new.
Hello?
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collar's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
You were looking at his butt. Why?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, dear.
Darn it.
See you later.
That's right.
Well, we know that Nicole's being watched by some guy who clenches his buttocks. Maybe if we told her about this.
I'm sure that is not an option in the conversation.
It's me again.
Hey.
Well, would you look at that? It's not an option in the conversation.
I have to...
Okay.
Oh, boy.
The matchbook bore a pattern.
I need to get to Club Alamat. We need to get to Syria. Why isn't it not an option here? It should be here, around here somewhere, but it's not. Son of a bitch.
Will SpiderMwa find out the location of Club Alamat? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Sword.